what's up everyone, Duquesne23 here, and today the Battlefield 6 Portal has come out. So in this video, I'm just going to be going over a quick tutorial, just kind of showing how to get into the actual editor and so you can create your own maps and everything like that. This isn't going to be something super in-depth or anything on how to do a lot of more in-depth stuff in Godot. This is just how to get in and get started. So the first thing you need to do is go over to the Portal website. The link to that will be in the description down below or in the pinned comment. And whenever you come in here, you want to download the SDK. This is how you actually edit the multiplayer maps and build what you want. If you go in here and just create new and you just start editing, you can edit verified modes or do your own custom mode. This is strictly just for modes. So if you want to create your own custom modes, there's different modifiers here, different rules editor, and this is where you get into all the scripting and everything like that, a lot more intense stuff. But if you do want to just like hop in, build a map, something like that, click the download SDK. That will of course download. You want to extract it into whatever folder you want. I've already done that, of course, and I've of course just extracted in a Battlefield Portal folder that I made. And this is what you get right here. The first thing you want to do is take a look at the README. It goes over a lot of great information and everything right here that you could just take a look at. A lot of good stuff right here. So it's just some simple things here. And the next thing that you want to do is go ahead and load up Godot to get started. So double click on that right there and Godot will start loading up. Now I've already hopped into this, so my Portal project right here is already there. But I'm just going to go ahead and remove this so it's acting like I'm just, first time hopping in for this tutorial. And then you want to go to the Godot projects right here. Click on that and you have yourself your project right there. And you're going to drag that into right here. And there it is. It shows up like that. I'm going to go ahead and star that. And then you're just going to go ahead and load in. To the game, just double click that, you can load in. Now of course, since I've already been in here, something will show up for me right here, but if I don't, I'm just gonna go ahead and remove that once it gets loaded in. But it's really just not too difficult. Of course, it takes a little bit to load right here, and once it's done, then you can of course get to started editing. Now the first thing you're gonna do once you do fully load in, like right here, see how this is already loaded in, and I already have like some temporary stuff here on Firestorm, just some small stuff like that. I'm going to go ahead and X out of that so we have something fresh. What you're going to want to do though, so you can see all these objects and stuff in the library, it's going to look kind of like this whenever you first load into it. Right here, you're going to want to hit this portal setup. You're going to click on this button. It'll take a little bit of time to set it all up initially for Battlefield Portal. Here in Godot, so you're going to click that in there, and then you could click on the object library, and then you have the entire object library right here. And of course from all the different maps. Now if you are building on, let's say, Firestorm, you need to use the Firestorm objects. You can't use other ones or else it won't work. So that's something like here, let's go ahead and load up. Let's go ahead and load up Firestorm. This is how you load up any map you want on here. You click scene, click on open scene, go to levels, and here you go. You have all the different levels. Since I've already clicked on that one, that's why the thumbnail is showing up there. But here's all the different levels and stuff you could load up on. Let's go ahead and go Firestorm. I will go ahead and load that there, and you just wait a little bit until, of course, it finishes loading into your game. And it's taking a little bit longer than expected, but I'm so excited we actually got this a little early. And of course, this is the one that I've already done here. So here, I didn't want to do that. So let's go ahead and let's load in a different one. Let's open another scene. Let's just load in a different, let's see, we could go Aftermath here. Load in that one. So it's just something different. So it's not showing something that I had previously. Oop. And it looks like it's right over there. So what you're going to be doing is whenever you're in here into the game, to be able to just kind of move around, you will hold the right mouse key, and that will allow you to look around like this. And then you can use the WASD keys while holding the right mouse key to really go wherever you want. Like if you notice how I'm moving around like this while I'm holding the right mouse key, I do that. Now, if you want to go quicker or slower towards something, while you're holding all that, you use the scroll wheel, and you can go ahead and go in here. If you notice, notice on the left side of the screen, see it's like a little person running, and and the higher it goes, the quicker I move. The lower it goes, the slower I move. So that way you could get some precision, movement and everything in here. So here's the map right here. It looks really nice, and of course you can't mess with the actual terrain or the objects in here. You got to keep them there, and so you just got to kind of build around it. So you kind of don't want to, of course, if you don't want to build where these buildings are, you can of course come over here and build over this way, or up on top or whatever, but you just got to build around it. You can't remove these type of buildings for the map to validate and for you to be able to actually play it. Whatever you create, you got to keep that in there. So that's something to remember. Now, while you're holding the right mouse down, you can do Q and E that lets you go up and down. So these are all pretty basic controls for Unreal Editor, just things like that. It's all the same type of stuff there. So if you've used that, you're gonna be able to get a handle on this pretty easily there. So now remember, here's Firestorm objects right here I have. So if I drag in something that's a Firestorm object, it'll say it's not allowed on Aftermath. So that's something to remember. You can't publish your stuff if you spawn in other things. Hopefully that does change eventually, because there are some interesting stuff, but you could just go over to Aftermath and then you can go ahead and spawn in some things like this in there. So, but the problem is if you spawn in something like this, see how it's real high up? Now you will have to, move it down to the ground if you want to move it down to the ground. But you can also just do that automatically or with any object that's on here and have collision. So let's go ahead and move, I guess, over here. Let's go over here so we're out of the way of everything here. So if you want to do that, you want to go to the terrain piece. This is Aftermath Terrain. You're going to right click that. You're going to click Edible Children there, and then it'll get the mesh, and then right click that. Do that once more, and then you have the terrain piece right there, and you're going to click on Mesh, create collision shape, and then you're going to change it from sibling to static body child and hit create. Now you're going to go ahead and wait, and oh, this one's already done. That was faster than Firestorm. But if you notice, you see the blue type of hue there, that's the collision there. So now anything that you spawn here, let's go ahead and get something a little, let's go with a wall here. See if there's something here. Wall, shrapnel. Oh man, that's still really small. Construction wall here. Let's go a little further in. Now, whenever you do it, it will actually stay to the actual terrain there. If you notice how it's moving with the terrain, now that I did that. So it makes it a lot easier to be able to just spawn something that is immediately down onto the terrain itself. Now, there are some other things that you can do. You can hold Shift and G, and then it'll just go wherever your mouse is. So if I wanted to spawn up here, I can spawn it up here, wherever the mouse is and stuff on the terrain. So if I want it over there, then you click and it goes there. Hold Shift and G. I want to click, I want it to go over there. That's something that you can do, especially if there's, let's say, an object really far away that you want to spawn over here. Instead of having to use these arrows and drag it over, if it's way over there here, let's just drag it way over off into the distance. I can just have that object selected, hold Shift G, and then immediately comes over where my mouse is, and then I can go ahead and move it right there. So these are just some simple things, nothing too crazy. If you want to export it, let's say you build something, you want to export it once you're done, it's just right here. Just export current level, and there you go. There's your map that you will then go back over into the website right here, and then import from file and all that type of stuff, and you'll be able to import it and everything. So I hope this is, a good tutorial for the basics on here. Now, of course, there's a lot more that we could go into, but I just kind of wanted to get everyone in on how to load into Godot, how to load in Battlefield Portal in here, and just start editing, get some of the simple movement things so you can, start editing, start making some stuff with some simple things. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of tutorials over the internet. I'm going to, of course, make a lot of more tutorials. So I appreciate everyone that subscribes for more of these Battlefield 6 tutorials, as well as other games, custom maps, and everything. And that will be it for this one. And be sure to like it. Leave a comment down below if there's anything specific you want me to go over or cover. And I appreciate everyone here, and I will see y'all next time.